the department, GCIS, is being commended for a good expenditure record and the audit record. Those are the things we should always be proud of, because those are the APCs that can send a message, at least that the platform where we start is a transparent and a credible platform in as far as use of the resources of the state is concerned. We acknowledge that. And then the acknowledgement, we also take the points on the various entities, be it the MTTA in Brand South Africa. And I'm very happy that DM Kekana has been able to elaborate on the work done by those, or to call by those agencies. But having said all that, we also take the criticism there. Maybe on the MTTA, I'm happy that one of the members clarified that, I think it's Member Malatsi. No one has been fired there, but there are internal issues that we deliberately allow the board to deal with. We take a view, honorable members, that corporate governance require that we respect certain principles. Agencies have got boards who must actually take responsibility for the challenges that their agencies are facing. We should only come as government when it is necessary to do so. That MTTA is the one that also got clean audit and so on. Generally, when it comes to administration, MTTA's record has been improving over time, but there will always be teething problems, people not seeing things alike. We prefer to leave that to the agency, not that we're excited about. We don't like the negative story about any agency and so on, but we acknowledge the criticism and a lot of comments constructively made by the honorable members. We also, another issue that has been raised is the community media houses that lack resources at a vulnerable, that lack resources to ensure that, let me put it this way. One of the members said this point, that community media or media houses that lack resources can be vulnerable to exploitation for nefarious purposes. And we take that point very serious and take into account that if they were funded, a number of them, the benefit they would be to the country and so on. But I thought I wanted to make this point that when we talk about Vukuzenzele publication, which continues to be on the cutting edge, we acknowledge that the members have spoken positively about that, and it can still do better than it is doing, but we must also acknowledge it has given space to young people who have made cutting edge stories and so on. And then when we go to, we also want to assure members on the use of the young journalists that it's going to be a transparent and a clean procurement process. Nothing is going to be done which is not auditable in as far as that regard is concerned. On the issue of Tusong Center, we just want to share with the members that no less than 122 Tusong centers are really functioning. What is most encouraging, of course, in the recent past alone, is a total of 4 Tusong centers that have been revitalized. In the Northern Cape, for instance, we want to share with the members that the Manity Picho Center in Kimberley, which was totally overhauled and relaunched following its devastation in a community protest. The center is now one of the members offering a full range of government services. Additionally, the Ogra Bees Tusong, which was in disrepair, has been resuscitated, and in partnership with Think Wi-Fi and NGO is now offering free digital training services to young Ogra Bees people. And we want to say that GCIS will continue to work with COGTA and offices of the premiers to identify additional centers for resuscitation or improvement. And maybe the last point, we also want to accept that maybe it's important to draw the attention of the House that 72 song centers have been decommissioned due to funding problems, which is not a good story, by the way. But having said all that, Honorable Chair, I want to repeat again, one appreciates the constructive engagement by all members of Parliament, and especially the call that is that even in the instance of scarce resources, optimal utilization of the resources at our disposal remains a key point. But I thought I would not have made my point, Honorable Chair, if I would not say this. I just want to say to Honorable Pambo, and maybe even his peers, that, you know, in the African culture, use of language is like foolish, stupid, to elderly, to Awandabadala. It's an African, because I'm deliberately saying this because they claim to the purest African, what to call Africanist champions of some kind. You know, even if Ndomdala is dumb, it's unthought of in our African culture to say he's dumb. Even if he's dumb, it's un-African. There's a deliberate respect for Awandabadala. Sometimes flatus, usually we run out of the house because there's a particular demeanor that is acceptable towards elders. You can criticize them frankly for their incapacity, for their weakness, but thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable the Minister.